Hi everyone. Some old UK coins might look like regular change, but they can be worth a lot of money, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. These coins are special because they have rare mistakes or designs you don't see every day. Imagine finding a coin worth more than a car. Let's see why collectors love these coins so much. Let's start with the 1969 50 new pence coin from the United Kingdom. This coin is very special and rare today, and it can be worth up to $395,000. To understand why, we need to look at its history and design. In the late 1960s, the UK decided to change its money system. This change was called decimalisation. Before decimalisation, the British money system was complicated, with pounds, shillings, and pence. Decimalisation made money easier by dividing the pound into 100 new pence, like dollars and cents. To help people get used to this new system, the government made new coins, including the 50 new pence coin. The 1969 50 new pence coin was part of the first set of decimal coins. It was made to help people during the changeover. This coin was only made for a short time and had a different size and shape than the 50p coins we see today. This older coin is often called the large 50p. What makes this coin interesting is its shape. It is not round like most coins. Instead, it has 7 sides, called an equilateral curve heptagon. This shape was chosen so people could easily feel the coin and tell it apart from other coins. It also worked well with coin machines at the time. On the front of the coin, there is a picture of Queen Elizabeth II, just like most British coins. But the back side is very special. It shows a figure called Britannia. Britannia is a symbol of Britain and has been used for hundreds of years. She is sitting on a rock, holding a trident in one hand and a shield in the other. This design shows Britain's strength and its connection to the sea. The artist who made this design was Christopher Ironside. Even though many of these coins were made, around 188 million, they are still hard to find today in good condition. This is because the large 50p coin was only made for a short time before the UK switched to a smaller 50p coin in 1997. Most people used or lost the old coins, so finding one that looks new is rare. That is why collectors really want this coin. Sometimes, there are also coins with mistakes, called errors. For example, the coin might have missing details or be made with the wrong date. These error coins are very rare and can be worth even more money. When a 1969 50 new pence coin is in very good condition, with clear details and little wear, it can sell for a lot of money. Some of the best coins have sold for as much as $395,000. This is a huge amount for a coin that was once just regular money. This coin is more than just money. It tells a story about a big change in British history when the country moved to decimal currency. The design of Britannia also reminds us of Britain's history and pride. If you ever find a 1969 50 new pence coin, look closely at it. Check if the design is clear and not worn down. If it is in good shape, it could be very valuable. Now, let's look at the 1969 10 new pence coin from the United Kingdom. Like the 50 new pence coin, this coin was made during the big change called decimalisation. It was one of the first decimal coins introduced to help people get used to the new money system. In 1969, the UK started making the 10 new pence coin with a design that was meant to be used for many years. It was smaller than the 50p coin but still larger than the 10p coins we use today. Over 314 million of these coins were made, so they were quite common at the time. The front side of the 10 new pence coin shows Queen Elizabeth II. This is usual for British coins, where the Queen's portrait is always shown. The back side of the coin has a special design created by Christopher Ironside, the same artist who designed the 50p coin. This design shows a crowned lion walking to the left. The lion is a symbol of strength and bravery and is often used in British heraldry. Even though many 10 new pence coins were made, some versions are very rare and valuable today. Why? Because there were some mistakes and special variations made during the minting process. Sometimes the coins were made with small differences, like the wrong date or missing details. These errors make the coins special and rare, and collectors want them a lot. Another reason this coin is valuable is because it was part of the first decimal coins, making it important for British history. Collectors like to own pieces that show big changes in money systems, and this coin is one of them. If you find a 1969 10 new pence coin in good condition, it could be worth a lot. Depending on how clear the details are and if it has any errors, this coin can sell for up to $75,000. That is a huge value for a coin that was used every day. To tell if your 1969 10 new pence coin is valuable, look closely at the lion on the back and the date on the front. If the coin looks sharp, with clear lines and no scratches or wear, it might be rare. Also, check if the date looks unusual or if the coin has any missing parts in the design. These small differences can make a big difference in value. The 10 new pence coin shows how art and history come together in coins. The lion design is simple but strong, reminding people of Britain's history and power. This coin is a small piece of art that also tells a story about money changing in the UK. Many people today don't realise how special these older coins are. Even though the 10 new pence coin was common once, finding one in excellent condition or with errors is rare. That is why collectors are willing to pay a lot for them. If you're interested in coins or history, the 1969 10 new pence coin is a great example of both. It marks an important time and shows a classic British design. And who knows, maybe one day you will find one and discover its real value. Let's now take a closer look at the 1978 Queen Elizabeth II 2 new pence coin. This coin might seem small and common, but it has an interesting story and can be quite valuable. Some of these coins are worth up to $9,000 today. The 2 new pence coin was introduced as part of the UK's decimalisation, the big change when Britain switched to a simpler money system. This coin replaced the old penny and was made from bronze, a metal that gives it a warm, reddish colour. It is smaller and lighter than the 10p and 50p coins, making it easy to carry and use every day. On the front of the coin, you will find the face of Queen Elizabeth II. The image shows the Queen as she looked in the late 1970s, wearing a crown. Her portrait is on almost all British coins and is a symbol of the monarchy and the country. The back of the 2 new pence coin has a design featuring 3 feathers. These feathers belong to the Prince of Wales and have been a symbol for centuries. Below the feathers is a ribbon with the words ICHDN, which is German for I serve. This phrase represents the Prince of Wales' promise to serve the people and the country. The feathers and ribbon are an important part of British history and tradition. Even though millions of 2 new pence coins were made, some coins from 1978 are very rare today. This is because of errors made during the coin's production. Sometimes coins have mistakes like the wrong date, missing details, or small flaws caused by problems with the minting machines. These error coins are much harder to find and are highly prized by collectors. A 1978 2 new pence coin with such an error, especially if it is in excellent condition, can sell for as much as $9,000. This is a huge amount for a coin that was once everyday money. The condition of a coin is very important. A coin in mint or near mint condition, which means it has very little wear and all details are sharp and clear, will be worth much more than a worn coin. Many 2 new pence coins were used for years and show signs of wear, so finding one in good condition is rare. This coin also tells us about Britain's royal history because of the Prince of Wales' feathers. This symbol connects the coin to a long tradition and the royal family's role in the country. If you happen to find a 1978 2 new pence coin, check it carefully. Look closely at the feathers and the words ICHDN on the ribbon. Also, check the date and edges for any unusual marks or mistakes. These details can tell you if your coin might be valuable. Even though it looks simple, this coin holds a story about money, history, and tradition. It is a small but important part of British culture. So, the 1978 Queen Elizabeth II 2 new pence coin is much more than just a small piece of metal. It shows the history of British money, the royal family, and can be worth a lot if you have the right one. Now let's explore the 1970 UK British 5 new pence coin. This coin is special because it was part of the early decimal coins and is now very rare and valuable. Some of these coins can be worth up to $99,000 today. The 5 new pence coin was introduced when the UK was switching to decimal currency. It replaced the old shilling and was smaller than many other coins. The 1970 coin was made of cupro-nickel, a mix of copper and nickel, which gave it a silver colour. On the front side, you will see the familiar face of Queen Elizabeth II. This portrait shows the Queen as she appeared in the early 1970s. The Queen's face is on most British coins and is an important symbol of the country. The back side of the coin features a design of a crowned thistle. The thistle is the national flower of Scotland and represents Scottish pride and strength. The design was created by the artist Norman Silman. This image connects the coin to Scotland and its rich history. Although many 5 new pence coins were made, the 1970 version is very rare today because of a special reason. In 1970, the coin was smaller than the original 5p coins made in 1968 and 1969. This smaller size was part of plans to reduce the size of coins to save money. However, very few of these smaller 1970 coins were actually released into circulation. Most were kept by the mint or melted down. Because of this, finding a 1975 new pence coin today is extremely rare. When collectors find one in good condition, it can be worth a lot of money, up to $99,000. That is a very high price for a coin that was never widely used. Coins like this remind us that money is not only for buying things but also tells a story about history, design, and culture. The 1975 new pence coin is a great example of this. If you ever come across a 1975 new pence coin, check it carefully. Look at the size, it is smaller than the large 5p coins from a few years earlier. Also, check the details on the thistle design and the Queen's portrait. If it looks clean and sharp, you might have found something very valuable. Because this coin was never made for wide use, most people do not know about it, and it can be a hidden treasure in collections or coin jars. In summary, the 1970 UK British 5 new pence coin is very rare, and its value today shows how important history and rarity are to coin collectors. Even though it looks like a simple coin, it carries a big story about the changes in British money and the care taken in making coins. If you want to start collecting coins or learn about history, this coin is a fascinating example of how small pieces of metal can hold great value and meaning. So, these coins from the UK are more than just old money, they are pieces of history. The 1969 50 new pence and 10 new pence coins remind us of a big change called decimalisation when Britain made money easier to use. The 1978 2 new pence coin shows royal symbols and stories from the Prince of Wales, while the rare 1975 new pence coin tells us about a special design that was almost never used. Each coin has its own story, design, and value. Some of them can be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars because they are rare, in great condition, or have interesting errors. If you ever find one of these coins, it's worth checking carefully because it might be worth much more than you think. Collecting coins like these is not just about money, it's about keeping history alive. These coins connect us to important moments in the past and show how money and art come together. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about these rare UK coins, please like, share, and subscribe for more videos about coins and history. And if you have any of these coins or questions, leave a comment below, I'd love to hear from you.